쉐인 코글렌 리눅스 파운데이션의 쉐인 코글렌을 모시고 오픈체인 글로벌 커뮤니티 업데이트 사항을 좀 듣도록 하겠습니다. 쉐인?
All right. So, hello everyone. We have a lot of news. First of all, the supplier education pack is available in Korean, and our special supplier education leaflet is available in Korean. So we've now created the tools to educate your supply chains. The idea is the supplier education pack can educate your suppliers with just one email and one attachment. Hopefully this will be very useful for you. The supplier education pack starts with explaining what is open source, and it continues all the way through to reference training for open source compliance. But that's only one of the things happening in OpenChain. Our online training course is finally nearly ready for release. I hope to have that out maybe early July. We've had some really interesting developments in Asia with very large companies in the Far East becoming OpenChain conformant and also looking at becoming OpenChain board members. So it looks like that we'll have new board members representing the Asian markets very soon, as well as some very significant conformance announcements. Now, a lot of time OpenChain has been focused on consumer electronics, automotive, embedded, and cloud. But recently, we've seen more engagement from banks, which is very interesting. And we've also seen more activity around telecommunications. Telecommunications is not new for us. Cisco and Ericsson are board members, but we're now after forming a telecommunications work group, and very soon there will be a mailing list for that work group. They will be focusing on and governance solutions in the telecommunications market. If you are interested in joining, just let me know. Okay, a little bit more news. We are finally reopening the planet, so that's good. And as every local area allows physical meetings, OpenChain wants to hold our country meetings face-to-face. So as soon as you're ready in Korea to have a face-to-face meeting, please let me know so that OpenChain can help sponsor food and drinks and make it into a little bit of a welcome home party. Last item is that we recently had a mini summit which did a lot of work on OpenChain in security. We are not changing the standard, but we are making a guide explaining how to use OpenChain in security. The reason for this is that many people are already using OpenChain for security, especially recently because of the SolarWinds hack in the United States executive order, and also activity in countries like China, where national security is very important. The OpenChain in Security Guide should help, well, create a path for your company in this use area. OpenChain is also being used in other places. Recently, we've seen venture capitalists begin using OpenChain as they invest in companies. This is building on previous work where OpenChain has been used in merger and acquisitions for about 2 years. And it's interesting because it means that our standard and our community, of course, we started on and focus on compliance, but we're finding OpenChain helping people in many other contexts: security, export control, merger and acquisitions, venture capital. We're trying to support everyone. And what I would like to ask is that in Korea, please send me updates on what you're doing and what you need, and we will do our best to always support you. Okay, I'm finished.
Okay, Shane, thank you. Any question? Korean workgroup members to Shane?
Yes, I'm happy to answer any questions.
혹시 질문 있으신 분 계시면 마이크 켜고 질문 말씀해 주시기 바랍니다. Shane,
Yes,
I have some questions.
okay.
You said OpenChain workgroup are going to make OpenChain security guide, right?
Yes.
So can we see the security guide right now, or it will be published soon?
So at the moment, it is still being edited. I can send you a link to the editing session video. The chair of the specification, Mark Giese, is currently in charge of editing, and he has not released the document yet because he doesn't want people to start using it and think it's ready.
Okay.
But you can see the editing on the mini summit video, and I will put the link in the chat.
Okay, thank you. And you said the OpenChain specification standard will not be changed due to the security. So I'm gonna ask why, and then you mean you do not have plan to update the specification for applying the security?
I shared the link to the security guide, so it's in the chat right now, and that's there. Well, you can see them editing it, and any comments you have are super welcome.
Okay, thank you. One more question.
Yes.
I heard that the European car manufacturer, Scania,
Yes.
updated their standard for third-party companies to,
Yes.
yeah, to mention the OpenChain ISO and SPDX. So could you please
Yes,
explain a little bit more about that?
of course. So in the case of a company like Toyota, they have become OpenChain conformant, and they are communicating to their supply chain that they would like suppliers to be conformant. Scania has taken a slightly different route. And what Scania does is that they make official Scania corporate standards to explain what they need or what they want. They made a new corporate standard saying that they want people to use OpenChain and SPDX. It doesn't mean all the suppliers have to do it, but explicitly Scania said that this is in their corporate standard. It's what they want. It's what they like to see for open source. This is very useful in the automotive sector because it's another example of OpenChain becoming a permanent part of automotive procurement. So now we have BMW, Toyota, and of course Scania as part of Volkswagen actively communicating that they want the supply chain to use OpenChain. Scania included OpenChain and SPDX. The reason they did that is because not only is SPDX a good idea, it is about to be published as an ISO standard as well. So now we're going to have a very simple way to describe process management and software bill of materials simply by using two ISO standards. So we're very glad to see Scania as the first company explicitly including it in a corporate standard. So it's very good news.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Shane. Thank you for updating the OpenChain community activities.
It's my pleasure. And I have one last note because I noticed Kyungye Kim just joined the call. She is going to be leading our webinar on Tuesday, the 6th of July, explaining all about how LG Electronics has released their FOSLite open source compliance process management software. So you can expect Kyungye to give a fantastic presentation about this new open source technology that has been used, well, I think it's 7 or 8 years internally to LG and was just released as open source recently. The reason that's exciting is because we have lots of open source tools like scanning tools or software catalog tool, but FOSLite includes process management. So next month, you'll see a lot of communication about that, and it's a huge Korean contribution.
Okay.
Okay, that's everything from me. Thank you.